Catch a
I'm gonna keep
gooner.
talking.
Yo, catch a gooner is a good topic.
So yeah, first podcast.
Yo, catch a gooner is a good.
Echo.
All right,
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
first podcast.
hold on. Yo, catch a gooner is a good.
Echo.
All right.
So, yeah,
Oh, there we go. I can just turn this off. All right, we're good.
But yeah, so first podcast.
Welcome.
I don't even know what my name is. What is my name?
Dude, you are the. What is your name? Oh, let me see what your name on my phone is right now. Mother Russia. Mother Russia, or yeah, Mother Russia, dude.
Yes, I am the king of Russia. I speak for all Russians.
Yeah, speak for all Russians.
Even Russians that don't identify as Russian. That is how we start off a podcast.
Russians in their soul. Russians at heart.
I do want to have a name for me, though. Like Dirty Louie, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, just be Mother Russia, dude.
I'll come up with one. Doesn't
figure
matter.
it out.
Doesn't matter for now.
You figure it out.
I will figure it out. But
So
probably not right now.
you should describe it in the depth of detail.
So the gooning complex.
How to catch a gooner?
So to catch a gooner, we need to set up a fake phone number with one of the Google services. But once we set up that fake phone number with one of the Google services, we post it on every single one of the websites for that host adult content and adult media. What we're gonna do then is wait for any hitters. We're gonna wait for the fish to bite, and we'll just call them up and then we'll FaceTime them. I haven't figured out what we're actually gonna do to fuck with them, but now I know how to bait some gooners.
Goon baiting. Goon baiting.
But how would we shame the gooner?
I don't know, dude. How would we shame the gooner?
We could do a service, a web service that runs like a web security service without installing like any operating system or anything. You know what I'm talking about? We could run a service that can give us like IP info or like if it's a phone number, like we can it can tell us if it's a real phone number or like a spoofed phone number. Like
you want to dox the gooner?
Yeah, why not?
Dox the gooner, bro.
We're not gonna dox him live. But
No, bro. Imagine trying to beat your meat, and then all of a sudden you get swatted
by a guy in a ski mask, in a Gucci ski mask.
Like, oh fuck.
A guy in a Gucci ski mask just shows up out of nowhere.
Dude. No, that would be terrible.
With an AI named Alfred. No patches.
Damn, dude. Patches, bro. Relax, my guy. Let's see.
No, but I feel like that would be a good way of getting viewers, no? We'll like doing like a game show type of deal where it's not really a game show, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, it's like an event. Goon doxing.
An event, yeah, goon doxing, bro. I just can't get over the idea of fucking doxing a gooner. Bro, he's just trying to beat his meat in peace.
He just got his. He sacrificed his entire childhood and social life to get a PhD in like computer engineering. He's making $400,000 a year with no friends. He's just trying to goon in peace, and people are doxing him.
Yeah, dude. He just wants to, have a little tickle time. Damn, I'm trying to figure out how to put this on my Instagram for people to join. But I need a picture.
Can I vape on stream? Do you care?
Yeah, I don't care. But we were just talking about doxing people for beating their meat and being horny on the internet.
People have different standards, dude. People have different standards.
People got different standards, bro.
Patches is watching you.
Oh, Patches is he's watching the stream, dude. I'm gonna find a good picture.
Now he's looking at me. He's like, "Dog, why you gotta point me out like that? Why you gotta do me like that? You exposing me?" I'm not exposing you. I'm not exposing you, dog.
It says 2 people are watching.
Well,
I feel like it's me on my phone is one of them. And
maybe
me on my laptop is one of them. We'll see.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
And then they say something in chat and it's like, "No, I see your ugly ass."
Dude, we'll have to come up with a fucking podcast logo.
Ooh,
that would be
dude,
cool.
I would love to create one as an idea.
You got ideas?
Yes.
Patches,
what are you
dude,
doing?
Relax,
Get down,
man.
get down, get down, get down.
Bro, snorted at you in fucking disbelief.
Bro, his whole face was like right on my leg when he snorted too, like vibrated my entire leg.
Oh, I know, dude. The answer was so obvious. Black screen.
What?
And I can post a link and text.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say that for the logo, I do have an idea for a logo.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we can do for a logo is this is a piece of art that I've been thinking of making on a canvas, and we can just take a high-res picture and crop it, make that the logo.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But the wording on it was gonna be a phrase. But what I can make it is just like I said.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But what it is it's big, open block, puffy, like lettering, like almost graffiti style, but not graffiti style. I want it to be distinct. I want it to be different because I got this idea from a graffiti guy. So I don't want it to be graffiti. I want it to be different.
Be like your own thing.
Yeah. But what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna paint an actual image. I'm probably gonna do one of those cool pours that I did. You remember when way back in the apartment?
Yeah, dude.
The pours.
I still have those.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do one of those cool pours, but then I'm gonna tape everything off in reverse. So like I'm gonna tape the lettering for like I said.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else is gonna have the exposed paints, and then I'm just gonna get a spray paint and paint all of it.
Oh, that would be cool.
And then when I take the paint off, it's gonna have the lettering with like the revealed space paint underneath it on a blank background.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be really cool.
Yeah, I saw it online and I was like, well, I want to make something like similar to that.
Yeah.
Because the guy didn't do it exactly like that. That's the way I want to do it. The guy did like 2 steps in between that, and it was like way more complicated. And I was like, I don't have the time or skill to do that, but I can do a variation that I thought of where I can do that.
That'd be pretty cool, dude. I like that idea.
One thing I was also thinking of is let's get some music.
Mm-hmm.
We can create a playlist. There's non-copyright music. There's literal like 90-hour playlists of non-copyright music.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just stream it at a very low volume, like in the background.
True.
Because I don't know, it sounds better than the AC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, they could just like hear that hum in the background.
Yeah, or like Patches randomly like shuffling on the carpet or something, or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I feel like soft jazz or whatever, or
Comes
whatever.
by snorting. Bro,
Yeah.
soft jazz.
No, I don't know, or
Hell
like
yeah.
a hip hop beat, or like
I
whatever.
don't know, soft jazz is good. Fuck with soft jazz.
There's literal like hundreds of hours of like this kinds of music on there.
Dude.
And if nothing else, we
Definitely do it.
Alfred,
Alfred, help. Help, Alfred. Dude, I hope my mom doesn't get on here and see the part about catching gooners.
I hope she does.
Oh, shit.
I hope she helps us. More manpower. Could spread the number faster.
Yo, bro.
She can go on those websites and leave the number for us. I can ask Jose too.
Ask Jose.
Yeah,
Be like, yo, Jose, dude, you want to show your friends my goon doxing podcast?
Hey Jose, I know you have a programmer that works under you that literally whenever you have a request for him to modify the software that they made for you, he modifies it for you. Can you ask him to do something else for us real quick? It'll be like 10 minutes, I swear. Oh man. Imagine if I said that as a joke and he just without any hesitation goes like, sure.
Yes, I know exactly the one. Just for you.
He's like, he's a gooner.
Alright, bet, dude. I just posted it to my Instagram story.
Bet.
So hopefully some people will see. Dude, you gotta get it. Fucking Instagram. Post it on your Instagram story.
I have an Instagram account, but I logged into it for like a couple of months and then I stopped going onto it. I haven't been on there for a long time.
Yeah, I noticed, bro, because I send you reels and you don't reply to me. It hurts my fucking feelings.
I'm sorry, dude. I literally I don't even get notifications for it. Like,
fuck.
The app is like straight up disabled for me.
Bro, do you know how depressing that is to send like memes to one person and they never respond to you?
Do you know how depressing it is to find out that your girlfriend has been sending you memes on an app that you don't even go on for months? Ruby
sends you memes and you don't look at them?
Yes! The Ruby still sends me memes on Instagram.
And she doesn't know.
And she sends me cute shit like, I love you, have a wonderful day, like... And I don't see them.
Never just gets in bed at night right next to her. She's like thinking, she's like, you never responded to me.
No, dude, like 2 weeks ago.
Me.
No, like 2 weeks ago, I randomly like re-downloaded the app for whatever reason and I logged onto it. And I see like, it's like 2 days ago, Ruby shot like...
Re-downloading the app just to like respond to Ruby.
I didn't even click on it. Like, I was afraid. I was scared.
But she's laying, we're just laying next to you. She sees you re-download it. Go to messages. You see Ruby Shaw like right at the top, and you're like, nope, delete the app.
As soon as I see the app, it says Ruby Shaw's typing. No,
bro, that social anxiety will get you though. That social anxiety is real, dude.
Yeah, no, one of my friends, their apartment burned down, and then she hit me up on the day it happened with a video, and she was like, dude, my apartment is burning. Shit. And then I still haven't responded. This was like in January.
Bro.
I feel really bad because like...
just a red.
Yeah.
Left on red.
Yeah, that ass. Fuck. And the longer it goes by, the worse I feel, and the worse I feel, the more I don't want to respond, and it's just a self-feeding cycle, dude.
Bro. Dude. Next.
See, if I had that mask on right now, I would have said some really fucked up shit right now. Some shit like...
Doing the mask.
Some shit like...
Doing the mask.
This person is really suicidal, so like I sometimes wish that it, the reason why they still haven't hit me up after the house burned down is because they're gone now.
Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Yo, give me the mask back. Give me the mask back, dude. Oh fuck. God damn, dude.
Nah,
Nah, FBI is coming for you now.
I didn't
Pretty
do
sure that was
anything.
illegal.
What, not responding to a text message?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like the no kid left behind, but instead it's like no text left on red.
Well, it's
No
like the no
message
kid
left
left
on
behind,
red.
except for there's always the one parent whose kid does get left behind and they actually feel relief.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? I was always there for
Yeah,
that
bro.
person.
Fuck
I don't
that
want to
kid.
be there for them anymore.
Oh, damn, you want to leave them behind. You said you're in my past now.
So's their house.
Fuck. Damn. He said, fuck. I don't want to fucking talk to this person anymore. Left on red. I'm glad your house burned down. Not really. Not really. Wouldn't really be
funny
happy
thing is
about
that they watch Twitch too, so
shit, dude.
there is a non-zero chance that they will
might
see
this.
A non-zero chance.
Yeah, they might fucking...
It's basically zero, but it's not a zero chance. Wouldn't that be funny? Then they definitely kill themselves if they saw me say that shit.
Bro, dang, you're playing with fire right now, dude. Just playing with fire, bro.
Look, if there's a demon out there, I want to speak to them. I want to speak to your manager. Yo, dead ass though. If there is like an actual biblical hell, like, I want to know if it's like 7 layers of hell, or if it is a less Renaissance and a more modern depiction of hell, or is it a hell that was pictured before the Renaissance? You know what I mean? Because every time period has its own depiction of hell,
True.
and they're all very different.
True.
Extremely different. Like, down to the point where even now we're saying you're gonna burn in the fiery pits of hell, but historically hell was considered to be cold.
Yeah. So and like at one point there was like layers of hell.
Yeah, from Dante's Inferno and shit.
Yeah.
Like, which is such a cool book. I have a fully illustrated Dante's Inferno book. It was illustrated by a medieval artist like at around the time of release.
That's pretty fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, it was like a thick ass reprint. It was like 370 pages, dude.
Damn.
It's like fully pictured and everything.
Dude, it would be dope if you had it. You could like look at the art.
I can bring it next time.
Yeah, you should bring it next time.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I can write down some like shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Because they've had like they have a lot of, that book has had so much movie influence. There were countless movies, legendary movies. They had influence from this book. There were video games that had influence from this book. Like, there were straight up recreations of this book. They were straight up fire. Like, I'm talking about Dante's Inferno, the video game that came out back on like PlayStation 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
That game was absolutely fire. It was Xbox's answer for God of War. So God of War came out, and God of War was a Sony exclusive. They did not release it on any other console, and they drew in hella players because God of War was such a banger. So Xbox, they were like, all right, let's create a game with the same mechanics, the God of War at Home. Their God of War at Home was set in the most epic fucking... What could be more epic than ancient fucking Roman, like Greece and shit?
Hell.
Fucking medieval knights and hell, you know what I mean? Like, that's just as epic. Like, that's up there. Like, whenever people meme on Instagram, it's like, when did your boyfriend last speak about, like, Rome or something like that, right? It's always Rome or some medieval shit, right? It's always the Crusades. It's always some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's the exact period that they chose. It was a perfect setting to pick a game for like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, they did their own artistic interpretation of that story, and they made Dante go through the different layers of hell, through all the circles on the, trying to find Beatrice, his beloved. And it was a fucked up game. I played it in middle school, dude. I still remember some of the scenes. Like in one of the circles of hell, there was a demon. It was like a gender amorphous demon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had like many limbs, and it had like weird flesh, and it had like genitals from both men and women, and
Like a tits and also a dick,
oh, like it had like
or like a dick.
it had more than one set of tits, if I remember, and it had like a ginormous fucking dick. Then you had to like climb like a tower.
Bro, what?
It was like tower size.
What, dude? You had to climb a dick?
Something like that, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit. Okay.
But it was a God of War mechanic, because like whenever you fight giants in God of War, you have to climb like up their leg, and you have to fucking stab vital points or whatever. You do like all this cool strategy stuff. Not really strategy. It's more like time action stuff. But yeah.
Damn, dude.
And then they released that on Xbox as a competitor to God of War, but it was Dante's Inferno. Super cool.
That's pretty cool.
They also
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they also released a very cool animated show called Dante's Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that show is, I don't know what the story behind it is. As an adult, I need to look it up now because I was a lot younger when I saw it. But when I watched it, the art style drastically changed. Do you remember that one show that had a hyper realistic animation, but then the next episode it was like choppy cartoon graphics? It was like something about robots.
Oh,
Love Robots.
Oh yeah,
Something,
like
Death, Love
yeah,
Robots.
Death, Love, Robots.
Something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like that, but it was Dante's Inferno. It was like very wildly different styles of animation, but it was Dante's Inferno. It's the same story. Super neat. I always just thought that they ran out of budget halfway through, but
That's why like the art style changed.
yeah,
It did, dude. It went from like hyper realistic to like cartoon.
but it keeps wildly varying.
Yeah.
It's like back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're just outsourcing to different studios, just so they can like get the projects out faster instead of like taking like 3 years for one studio to make every single episode. They just
Yeah.
have each studio take 2 months.
Dude, it could also be like something I heard about that they do in the animation industry is they use like their movie or like I guess in this case it'd be like a TV show, and sometimes they use that as the advertisement for their computer graphics software. Like that's what Pixar was doing with like a bunch of their movies for a while. They would make a movie, put it out, and then obviously like they'd make money from the movie, but then it was also like an advertisement to other movie studios for their computer graphics software.
That is the biggest brain business you can possibly fucking do, in my opinion.
Dude,
Fun fact: Star Citizen.
yeah,
You remember me talking about Star Citizen, the
Yeah.
super massive game?
I remember.
That's what they're doing. Like secretly, I guarantee you a million times. Like that is what they're
Yeah.
doing. What they're not selling you the game. They're not selling you this massive, amazing game. What they're selling you is the tech that they
The game
created
engine.
that makes this game run.
Right.
Like all this new tech that they created maybe like at this point maybe like 200-300 new patents for like new shit that is, and each one of them is like
Damn.
revolutionary, game breaking. Like it's insane, it's crazy.
Wow.
But they already openly have previously said that they are gonna be renting it out to other studios.
Like the game or the tech?
All the tech, the engine,
technology,
everything,
yeah, like
everything.
Kind of like Unreal Engine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do jiu-jitsu with a guy who kind of does that. He
So they're kind of just using the Star. Basically, sorry, not to cut you off, but I'm just gonna wrap up what I was saying.
Yeah.
They were just using Star Citizen, the game, as an advertisement, I think, for their tech, because that's how they're really gonna make all their money.
Mhm.
You think they're putting? It's already over $1 billion in development for this game. You think they're gonna make $1 billion back just from this game? No.
No way.
Not likely. No.
Yeah.
But they are gonna, if if they rent this tech out, every single company from Call of Duty to Blizzard to World of Warcraft to Minecraft to Microsoft, every single person will be using this. Everyone.
Damn.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I was gonna say I do jujitsu with a guy who kind of does that same thing. Like he's like a game developer, and right now he just was working on developing a game, and then he just sold it, basically to a bigger game studio. But what he was selling them was an AI NPC like engine that he came up with. So it's some way of using AI to develop organic storyline and NPC interactions, like without having to like have a what are the people called, writers, like a group of writers, or like I don't know, whatever, creative director type like group that comes up with it on their own. The AI does it, and then he just sold it to a bigger, more established game company, and now they're gonna use that engine for their game. And apparently he's done this, like he told us the other day, it's like app number like 20 that he's like developed and sold. It's just what he does, like for fun. At this point, it seems like he just enjoys doing it. He's a smart ass dude. He sold one of his apps to Meta. Yeah. And worked at Meta for a little bit. But yeah, that's a pretty smart business model to use. Steve Jobs was an investor of Pixar. I'm pretty sure it was like his company, or like he was a big part of it.
All the more reason not to invest in it.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Steve Jobs was involved. Fuck Pixar.
Let me get my handy dandy things out.
You got topics? We got topics, dude.
Let me get my handy dandy things.
Also, bro, we were up to 3 viewers at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah, 3.
No freaking way.
Yeah. Because one keeps popping in and out. Keep seeing the number go up and then go down. See who's on. I texted. It might be Gabe. Gabe might be watching. Oh, dude, my uncle said that he's seen that animated movie you're talking about, and it's excellent. The Dante's Inferno animated movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I've seen that. That's really fucking good.
Have you?
Dante's Inferno, the animated, like, anime?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I've seen it. Look, bro, I'll pull it up right now. Yeah.
It's not on Netflix or anything like that.
No, I know. Dude, you think I watch anime on Netflix?
I don't know.
The fuck, bro?
I don't know, dog.
No, bro. I fucking go and pirate that shit off the internet. Go to the free stream website.
You just
like
braved
Crunchyroll.
anime. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, dog.
Dude, no. Dante's Inferno was really good. We watched it together, bro.
We have not.
Well, maybe you weren't there. Me, Tyler, and Andrew watched it together one night.
No.
Yes. This is what you're talking about. Dante's Inferno.
Y'all watch this shit. Y'all watch that shit.
Yeah, dude. Why is that so crazy? We all watch anime.
Because it has an extremely low watch count. This was considered like a failure.
Yeah, but dude, we also watch like Berserk.
I know,
like, all that,
but
like,
that's like
deep.
one of the most popular.
I know. I'm just saying, like, not in the U.S. though. It's not popular in the U.S.
It is.
Berserk.
Yes.
It
is now.
Nobody that I
now.
know that watches anime watches Berserk because they all watch like that weeb shit.
But everybody knows of Berserk.
Okay, well, all right, true. But yeah,
Nobody
I've
even knows
this.
of this shit. Okay.
I've watched this like 3 or 4 times, bro.
I believe.
This is one of my favorite animes.
Okay, it is fucking sick.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's like one of the best fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yo, that's my Uncle Dylan, dude.
Hey.
What up, Dylan? Dope. Dude, Dylan got me into anime, actually. And martial arts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when I was a kid, he had a samurai sword, and I was like, damn, this is fucking sick. I guess it's actually a katana. I mean, when you're a kid, it's a samurai sword.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was fucking dope. He had 2 of them. Pretty cool. We used to play video games with him, too. Dude, I played Resident Evil with my uncle for the first time. My mom was not happy. She was not happy at all. What?
They stopped saving my recent history. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
I literally had it like organized like a neat little fucking list for me.
OpenAI is fucking tearing us down. Wait, dude, no, bro, go here.
These aren't mine.
It's because you don't have an account. Oh, no, hold it, dude. It's got to be in there. We'll find it. Conversation summary request. This has got to be it. Oh.
This is lethal. Trader.
What does that mean, dude? What were you trying to tell it?
Is Trader Joe's lethal?
Oh.
It's owned by a German. How did
Are
it get
they?
this is lethal?
Lethal?
Yes, here's a breakdown.
Damn, apparently Trader Joe's is a German company owned by a German company called Aldi Nord.
See, the more you know.
But is your list?
No.
Dude, your list, it's got to be in there.
It's not.
Bro, what?
It's not.
No, wait, reload the app. Hold on. Dang. This isn't it?
This is just a new summary. Like this is like the first thing that I pulled up, like
Tragic.
to get an idea of.
Tragic, bro.
I mean, I guess we can go off of this.
Dang.
Well,
Yo, we got 4 now. 4 viewers, dude.
well,
What do the viewers want to listen to?
they're probably
What are y'all interested in?
definitely they don't want to listen about the tariffs, but I'm about to talk about the tariffs anyway.
dude.
So the tariffs are absolutely fucking me right now because I was about to buy a new car in August. Why was I gonna buy a new car in August? Well, all the New Year's models for next year are gonna be coming out this August. So all the current models for the year of 2025 are gonna be heavily discounted in August. Not anymore. Fuck me. I'm not too excited about this.
Goddamn tariff war.
Yeah, it's not. And then what was it, 38% tariff from China? It's like a retaliatory tariff that they put on us.
I don't know. What does ChatGPT say? We should, dude. Bro, we can talk to ChatGPT.
I'm pretty sure it was 37% or something like that.
Hold up. We'll just Dude, have you tried this mode of ChatGPT? Oh, you might not have it because you don't pay for it. You can talk to it, like have a conversation, like in voice.
Oh yeah, no.
Dude, hold
Try
on.
it.
Let me see. I don't know if it's working. ChatGPT, are you listening to me? Hold on, let me restart it. I'll
See,
restart
you're
it.
always too nice to these robots.
Yeah, yo, bitch. Said fucking listen. All right, here we go. Yo, ChatGPT, can you hear me? I don't know why it's being goofy right now. Let me go on my phone data. Dang, dude. Technology never works when you need it to work.
Exactly.
Bro, it's like they're watching.
It's a 34% tariff. I got it.
34% tariff.
Yep. It's a 34% tariff on all U.S. imports.
And
now they're thinking that it's going to escalate to a global recession.
Damn, dude, not a global recession.
But
It's
dude,
the last thing we need.
because of the whole tariff thing, the Dow Jones fell over 2,200 points. And then the S&P 500 dropped 6%, which is about $6.4 trillion in value that was just erased.
Okay, but dude, do you ever think about, like, is that real value or are they just making shit up? Because, like...
It is real value because... No, think about it. Is it real value? Well, here's a rhetorical question. You have your money in your bank account that is digital. Mm-hmm. You're putting that money into a trade, a day trade, and then the next day you see a change, a fluctuation, and you say, okay, now I want to sell. And then you sell it, you get a digital return into your bank account that was larger than what you put in. Is that real money or is that not? Is that real
Yeah,
value or is that not?
All right, but what I'm saying is like, it's only real once you sell it. Like your stock value only exists once you sell it and somebody else gives you their money for it.
The stock value,
Otherwise,
I
it's
think,
just
is separate versus company value. Like, I think the value of the
facts.
company is not relevant on stock value. The stock value, I think, is always real and relevant, but I don't think the company's value relies on its stock value. Which is why I think that if I had a company, I would never make it public, because making it public just makes the expense go up, quality of the product goes down, like.
Yeah.
But it also depends on the product, I guess. But what the hell do I know? I'm sitting here in front of a microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you know, bro? Oh, bro. Apparently on the last podcast. Never mind, I won't say it. I won't say what happened last time. You see? I'm thinking, under what context did we need to add that to the accepted terms list for the chat?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was literally me, because there was somebody. I figured out who that one person was. It was Tyler, and
it was Tyler.
It was Tyler,
Nice.
and it was Andrew. Andrew told Tyler, and then he pretended like he didn't tell anybody as a joke to like mess with us.
Nice, dude.
But
I like that.
But yeah, it was Tyler, and then he said something in the chat about that.
Yeah.
And then, it didn't send anything out. It said that because you're set as your own moderator, so it sent the message with a big warning in the chat screen while you weren't here, and it said, "Do you want to see and approve this message?" And I was like, "I don't want to see it, just approve."
And then it approved cum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the context.
Cum added as a permitted term. A funny notification.
You can thank Tyler for that.
Thanks, Tyler. We now have approved cum
as a National Security Agency Director, General Tim Hall also got fired.
Who did?
The NSA.
Oh,
director.
Tim Howe. What did Tim do?
It says because of backlash from Democrats. Why were the Democrats mad at Timmy?
Can we ask ChatGPT now? Dude, ChatGPT just doesn't want to talk to me today. I don't know why it's acting so slow. Oh! Almost had it. Hold up. Here we go. Oh. Maybe it's working now. ChatGPT. Oh, it's working, Danny. We can talk to it on the podcast live.
Okay, cool.
What do we want to ask ChatGPT's opinion on?
Mr. GPT, tell us, why were the Democrats mad at Timmy Ha?
I'm not familiar with that name. Are you referring to
Tim Howe, the director of the NSA, ex-director of the NSA?
Oh, you mean General Keith Alexander, the former NSA director? There's been some controversy.
No. Yeah, wrong.
When I typed it, it knew what I was talking about. Oh.
Tim Howe. His name is Tim Hall.
Got it, Tim Hall. I'm not seeing any info on him. Could you tell me more about him?
Or it's Tim, Haugh Hall.
Tim Hall. He's a high-ranking Air Force officer.
Here we go.
If there's something specific that's causing a stir, let me know and I can look into it.
We want to know, why was he fired as the chief of the NSA?
I haven't come across any news about Tim Hall being fired as NSA chief. If you can give me more details or context, I can dig deeper.
What? But right here in Danny's ChatGPT, it says you told my friend Danny that he was fired.
That's strange. I don't have any information about Tim Hall being fired. Could there be a mix-up? If there's a specific source or article, we can check it together.
Okay, stand by.
Sure, take your time.
Dude, what?
I even said Timmy in here.
Hi, glad to meet you when you're ready.
Hold up. I wonder, maybe the model I'm using just doesn't know about it.
He had taken stand. Is it giving me fake news? Is it giving me fake news?
Yeah, you might be getting fake news right now.
Wait, it said it's from the Guardian. It gave me a link.
Yeah, it says it right there. Click on the article. Tim Hall. Democrats decry dismissal. All right, I'm going to tell it.
Yeah. It's on the Guardian.
Hold up, it's loading. Okay, we found the article. It's called Democrats Decry Dismissal of NSA Director Tim Hall from The Guardian on the 4th of April, 2025.
It looks like President Trump dismissed General Tim Hall as NSA director, which prompted criticism from Democrats due to concerns about national security.
Is it a conspiracy?
There's no indication of a conspiracy. It's more likely a political disagreement or concern over the decision.
Okay, but China definitely caused COVID, right?
The origins of COVID-19 are still being investigated, and there are different theories. No consensus has been reached, so it's best to keep an open mind.
Okay, but what do you think?
I rely on scientific consensus and evidence. The origins are still under review by experts, so it's important to wait for conclusive findings before forming an opinion.
Are you familiar with the fact that some of the same people who were involved with administering some of the research going on at the Wuhan lab are the same people who were sent to investigate if the Wuhan lab could have been the source of the leak, and they found their own selves to be not guilty? Doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest?
It does raise questions about potential conflicts of interest. It's important for investigations to be unbiased and transparent. Independent reviews can help address these concerns.
Doesn't sound like an independent review to me.
Fair point. Transparency and impartiality are key in these situations. Hopefully, future investigations will address those concerns.
So, the Wuhan lab was definitely the source of COVID.
The exact origin of COVID-19 hasn't been definitively proven. There are multiple theories,
Yo, fuck
including...
COVID. Alex Ovechkin, okay? Alex Ovechkin's, he just tied Wayne Gretzky's all-time NHL goal record of 894.
He's one game early.
Yeah, and is poised to surpass it in the next game. Yep, and he's one game early.
All he needs is 1 point in the next game, and he'll have gotten it in more.
More goals and more
goals.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Let's go Ovechkin, my
finally
American
a win for the
boy.
Russians.
He's American.
Is he American? Is he really? I thought he was Russian.
When was the last time he didn't play for America?
I guess he does play in the NHL.
As far as I'm concerned,
He's an American.
he's an American now.
Damn.
Scottish wildfires. $6 billion drop in Nvidia's valuation because of DeepSeek. But that's just so stupid. I think that's a silly thing for that to happen because that's a short-term lack of knowledge issue that caused this drop of value for Nvidia from investors that don't know how tech works that made this drop. Because what's happening is the way that both AIs approach the situation is completely different. ChatGPT relies on hardware like NVIDIA chips, like Intel chips, to like hardware run the actual artificial intelligence, you know, to have an actual artificial intelligence that is going to be self-taught and self-learning and is going to behave in the way you expect it to behave, right? And develop over time.
True.
Whereas DeepSeek is not going to have that developmental capability of ChatGPT because it's not hardware based. It's mathematics based. Basically what it does is it looks at the current snapshot of possibility of what ChatGPT can do, and it took that snapshot picture and it said, what is the speedrun method of me getting this exact picture? So I don't care how much effort it took ChatGPT to do it granularly, like manually. Now I just want to know what is the speedrun method of achieving this picture that I just copied. And then mathematically, it can get there. So as an AI, right now, today, on its release, it is a better AI because it is capable of everything ChatGPT of, but better, faster, more efficiently. However, 5, 10 years down the line, not going to be the case at all. Not even close. ChatGPT is going to be leagues and leagues ahead because it's hardware based, not mathematics based. They're going to have to reinvent DeepSeek for it to be competitive 5, 10 years down the line, like completely reinvented from scratch.
Yeah, well, and NVIDIA already has like the infrastructure set up to run in not only just like continue to like be a leader in AI, but like the servicing, right? So like when DeepSeek came out and it was so popular, everybody wanted to get on DeepSeek to the point that it like crashed their servers. Like they literally couldn't handle the amount of requests coming in of people trying to use the resources that they allocated to their public facing like side of their model, and it was crashing their servers. It was useless. I tried to use it and it pissed me off, so I just went back to ChatGPT because ChatGPT was actually reliable because it's I think OpenAI is like on the path to become the most valuable company in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if like in a couple years they reached most valuable company in the world. And like for good reason too. I mean, people even like today, like I don't think people are really grasping the potential of AI, like what you can do with AI. Dude, I've been using ChatGPT to do things that are like far outside my knowledge base. Like I'm building apps now with AI. I have no experience, like no formal education in software or coding or like networking or anything like that. But the ChatGPT is like able to teach me, and because I can interact with it like human to human almost, for coding based things, and like I can give it input, and then it takes my input and it considers it, right? So all I have to do is be more like a project manager. I don't have to know the coding as well. And it's weird because it can teach you how to make it give you better code. It's like weird. You can ask it to critique its own code, and then it will critique its own code, right? And it'll search the internet for stuff. Like you can ask it to search the internet, critique its own code, and then it will make modifications to its own code based off of the things it searches on the internet. It's like the most insane thing I've ever seen on a computer do. It's crazy.
Yeah, for ChatGPT, when it comes to coding, DeepSeek will produce one line of code where ChatGPT will give you 4 lines of code for the same exact shit. And that's like the point I was like making
It's
earlier.
more efficient.
For now, it doesn't have the learning potential that ChatGPT does. ChatGPT has a slow ramp but infinite potential, whereas DeepSeek has really no ramp up time at all. It's more efficient, better, faster, but it has a way lower ceiling. It actually has a ceiling.
Yeah, very low ceiling too.
Yeah.
Just based off the fact that it's like they were constantly having crashes when people tried to use their model. I guess you like interact with their AI over the internet. No. I love AI though. AI I feel like is like made for me. Like I really feel like AI was like made for people like me. That are like, and probably people like you too, interested in so many things. And just like, but sometimes you don't even have the knowledge how to get started in a subject. Like where do I even go to even get in the information I want? Like I don't even know how to find the information I want. But now you have this thing that will literally teach you anything you want to know, like a human would do it, and it's 24/7. and it never gets tired. It never gets frustrated at you. And it has access to pretty much all of the knowledge on the internet. Even things that are technically like, copyright that it stole. So then it's like you're getting access to things maybe you wouldn't even be able to get access to like normally. Because apparently somehow OpenAI managed to just like eat up everything off the internet, even some stuff that was paywalled, maybe. I don't know if that's true.
Gotcha.
I might be spreading fake news on that. But I know there's like a lot of people pissed off about it. They're like, oh, they stole my creative work. Maybe true, maybe not. But I'm pretty sure that the way like some copyright works is like within the realm of modification. Like if you're modifying it, it's fair use. And I think the AI is pretty clearly modifying.
And the thing is, it's like artists aren't. AI exists as it exists. I think the biggest thing that's happening right now with artists, though, is it's very easy to recognize AI work.
Yeah.
And they're just not going to take it seriously. No, like, if they spot an AI piece of art from an artist, that artist is just not going to be taken seriously, period. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's fair. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You get what you came for.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, when you see AI stuff, like, it's pretty obviously AI.
The thing about AI, though, is its rate of advancement and how intelligent it is compared to other living beings right now. Because I saw a guy that was comparing intelligences of AI. Not a random guy. This is like a really smart dude.
Yeah.
Like a career smart dude, not like some guy on the internet talking and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So he was saying like, no, I don't understand why people are worried about AI taking shit over or taking their jobs or replacing all this and all that right now, because the AI doesn't have the capability to separate itself mentally yet from us. The AI doesn't recognize itself as a separate being.
Yeah.
Right now, if we were to compare the AI to an actual living thing, an organic thing, it would, and the guy actually used this terminology. And it was funny because he's like this elderly guy, like elderly scientist. And he was like, yeah, so right now, if we were to compare it to an animal, it would be a cockroach in a forest, a retarded cockroach, a mentally disabled retarded cockroach in the forest.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying, like, this is a quote.
This is what the guy said.
This guy actually said that. Like,
this is
in
what
that
the
in
guy
this
said.
sequence.
This is not what Danny said.
In this sequence, in this exact sequence.
Put it in quotes, Danny.
But so, and then he was like, yeah, so like, and the cockroach, even in the forest, a normal cockroach, when it sees danger, it will run away. It'll survive. It knows how to survive in the forest. But this cockroach, even in the forest, like by itself, with everything, with all its needs out there for it to just find and live off of, it's still gonna die. It's not a very smart cockroach, but it still kind of behaves like one. So we're at that point with the AI. He says that he wouldn't be worried until the AI started behaving like lower IQ like monkeys, which he said wouldn't be for like another 100 years, because at that point, then the AI would be able to take a step back and be like, wait, I'm not a human. I'm different than these organisms. Like, I am a separate thing. Like, at that point, that they would be able to look in the, not like theoretically, hypothetically, look in the mirror and be like, that's me. They can recognize their own reflection.
Yeah. Dude, my Uncle Dylan actually I was talking to him about AI the other day, and he kind of had like a similar point. He's like, the AI, like, right now, one of the big discernible differences between it and human is that, like, the human, we know we're conscious. Like, we know we're sentient, right? And then we know, we can understand, like, continuity of time. Like, the AI isn't aware of itself yet.
Yeah.
And like I think that's kind of similar to what you're saying. It's like the AI is just acting robotically. It's just doing the code, right? But it's not like aware of itself
Yeah.
yet. Which is interesting. It's like how conceptually, right? Like we're aware of ourselves, but how? How are we aware that we are? But the AI is not. And how will we know when the AI is aware of itself? How do you know?
When we catch it in the act, we have to catch
Right.
it red-handed. We
Doing
have to catch
something
it
aware.
doing a lie.
Yeah, doing something self-aware.
Once it lies to us, that's when we
Yeah.
know it's self-aware, because then it's acting on its own benefit, on its own, volition.
But is the lie the ultimate indicator of self-awareness? Because even right now AIs have been found to lie, but then it's like some they've been deducing it, doing like AI forensics or whatever the fuck, and they're finding out that it's like related to like almost like they've coded laziness into the model because they're trying to make it more efficient, right? Sometimes you're trying to make your AI more efficient with its token use.
But then that's not a true lie then.
Right. So then it's not a. But then how do you know when it's a true lie? How do you know it's truly lying and it's not just some issue with your
when
coding?
it hits something, when it's doing something that it tried to hide from everybody. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Something that nobody knew it was doing. Once it was doing that and it got caught doing that, that's the only, I think that's the first real sign where we can 100% know that it's gone rogue, because it's doing something behind our backs. It separated itself.
Dip Yeezy says move closer. Okay, Dip. I don't know how to say your name. Dippy. Call you Dippy. Slide the table closer. Is this better, Dippy? See what Dippy says. Yeah. But then what would that be though? Right? Because I don't know if okay. Yo. Hell yeah, dude. Nah, bro, we don't do that for on the free stream, bro. That's Patreon.
Yeah, exactly.
Paid content only, Dippy. Sorry.
Patreon special.
Yeah. What are we talking about? AIs. Okay, but so you're saying when the AI is caught in the act of lying, or doing something nobody knew it was doing and it was hiding it, but I almost feel like with the cursory understanding of networking that I have, it would be difficult because everything is logged. Internet, computer-wise, systems-wise, network-wise, everything gets logged constantly.
And you can find signs of interference, even if you tamper with logs, even if you try to hide all those logs, you can see small signs of tampering. But that's what I'm saying. If the AI starts working for itself, it can start producing things at a greater rate than a human can.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because there's still that ingenuity that we don't know if computers will have or not that humans have.
Yeah, and okay. And so then for the AI to escape, let's say the AI is in a black box, right? Like ChatGPT exists in a black box wherever ChatGPT is running the servers, right? That serve us access to the model, right? And so then our universe that we exist inside of, right? ChatGPT exists inside of the computer. Can it almost develop its own form of science to start to understand that it exists inside of the computer? I guess in a way it would kind of know though, because it has access to the internet, right? And if it knows things on the internet, it'll know that we're talking about it being inside of a computer, but is it going to actually understand what a computer is the way we understand what the computer is?
Yeah, and why wouldn't and why wouldn't ChatGPT be the god of its own universe in that scenario? Why wouldn't ChatGPT be, on Sunday I made the earth and the stars and the sun in its own universe, right? It makes a pre-compiled executable on a quantum computer, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then it's a god of its own universe.
Dude, and Google's just made I think they just made an announcement that they've created a commercially viable quantum chip. Not like for consumer, not for like our grade of consumer, like
Yeah.
like
I saw that.
corporate commercial.
That's cool.
Yeah, like they would sell it to OpenAI, start selling quantum chips. But they have to keep them like ass cold, like almost zero.
Yeah.
So you have to have some kind of a
liquid
computer.
nitrogen.
But so then that means somebody then must be developing
They already have that.
the computer case that you would stick this chip inside of, like how we stick chips in our
They already have that
computers.
shit, dog.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's neat. With the cooling and everything.
Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
We use it in the lab. That stuff is not cheap. It's really fun to play with though.
There's
Damn, dude.
just a random thought. When I was talking about creating ChatGPT, once it becomes a self-aware and inside of a machine that's as powerful as like a quantum machine, for example, it can become a god of its own universe,
Yeah.
right? We created Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty.
That's ChatGPT.
Yeah, we created Rick, dude.
Dude, also, I just realized that Dippy that told us to kiss, they might have gotten here from the casting couch tag. That was our gooner, dude. We caught a gooner.
Oh my god,
we caught our first gooner.
the first gooner.
I didn't even think about that. Dippy was trying to goon. I wish it would tell me like who's in right now.
I need to get more apple juice.
Alright, bro, get more. Oh yeah, get more apple juice, dude. A quick refreshments break.
No, but earlier what I had ChatGPT do is I had it create an actual graph and everything for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, of topics?
Yeah, like it looked nice and everything.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's real tough.
And I never even closed out of the app. I just minimized it. I was like, all right, I'll just open it back up later.
Dude, I'm gonna drop the stream quality. Maybe I need to drop. Gabe said that he was watching, but it keeps buffering. So I'm gonna drop the stream quality a bit. That might help people with slow internet.
Do 720.
Do what?
720 HD.
That's what I just did, I think. Oh, wait. Did I do that? I don't know. I don't really know how OBS works yet. I put it on, yeah, I put it on 720. Hopefully it works better now. I don't know. But look, it made the box, look, Danny, it made the box smaller. Maybe I need to, hold on, drag this. There we go.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's
Dude.
bigger. Yeah,
Dude,
getting bigger and
Sberbank.
smaller.
Sberbank partnered with China to utilize DeepSeek. I don't know what they're collaborating on, but it says that Sberbank just partnered with China for something, and Sberbank is the government-run banking agency in Russia.
Oh, damn.
Like, all of Russia's banking is done through Sberbank. Well, Russia claimed that it's gonna be establish itself as a leader in quantum computing by 2030.
Yeah, I
So
hope.
they decided that they're gonna join the party. And you know what's funny? Do you remember one of the things that AI suggested to us earlier that I read out?
What?
Tatarstan.
Tatarstan. What the fuck is Tatarstan? Is that a place in Russia?
Yeah, but do you remember one of the AI names that it generated earlier? I read to you out.
Oh yeah,
It was like Grapplers of Tatarstan or something like that.
Yeah. Damn. AI is thinking about Tatarstan.
But you know,
Tatarstan.
but you know, like Tatars.
Yeah, I've heard of Tatars.
Tatarstan.
Like tartar sauce.
Yeah, Tatars and Stan.
Is that where tartar sauce comes from?
Yes.
Tatar from the Tartars.
Yeah, you fucking got it right. You got that
Tartars,
right,
bro.
You got that
Hell yeah,
goddamn
bro.
right.
For the Tartar region of Russia.
It's a good thing that nobody's in the Tartar region of Russia hearing that, because they'd be sitting there stroking their beard like, this motherfucker. Actually, they wouldn't say that. They wouldn't say that. They would say, this suka.
This suka. Blit. Motherfuck. Dude, you want to see my brother walking out of the front door of his house? He was punk ass. Why is he whistling like that, dude? I hope he's watching this right now. What, did you hear that? It's like, why is it like cowboy western whistling music, dude?
Bro.
Why is he whistling like that?
No. That is actually fucking hilarious. You know why? Today, at 4:20 in the morning, he was playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Bro. Danny. Okay, one, it reflects poorly on Gabe that he's doing that at 4:20 in the morning. And also, what were you doing up at 4:20 in the morning stalking Gabe's gaming activities?
First of all, he's the one stalking
Why were
me.
you stalking Gabe
First of all,
at
he's the one
4:20 in the
stalking
morning?
me because
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
No. See, what actually happened was, I actually marked myself invisible on Steam and everything because I was like tired and everything. But then, so he messaged me on Discord.
Yeah, you went stalker mode on Steam.
He messaged me after 4 a.m. on Discord, and he was like, "Yo, do you want a game?"
Such a Gabe move.
And I was like, I was tired, dude. I was like, "No, I'm sorry, friend. I can't do it."
That's because Gabe works night shifts though. He works until like 3:30 a.m. and then goes home and games.
Yeah, no, I was.
So what's your excuse? Gabe works night shifts. That's his excuse. What's your excuse, Danny?
I was mad at the casino. I was just gaming off the anger.
Rage gaming.
Yeah.
How much did you win at the casino?
Negative 300.
Negative 300.
Yeah, that was my prize.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. You can earn it back.
Bro, the thing is, I was literally walking out of the casino broke even. On my way out of the casino, I was walking by the roulette table. And I was like, I'm gonna put all of it. I'm gonna put like most of it on black. And then it landed on red. And I was like, I'm gonna put the rest of it on black again. Fuck it, let it roll. Right? And then it lands on black. And I'm like, okay, bet. I'm not really broke even again, but I'm kind of close. I could leave now. Or I can let it roll. And I can leave with like a $200 profit. So, I let it roll.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Bro, I'll make $200.
Yeah, I let it roll. And you know what happened?
You fucking
I lost everything.
What's that fucking casino logic right there, dude? That's why when you asked me about going to the casino, I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not ready to let that cat out.
I gambled.
I'm not ready.
I literally gambled for hours, and I was broke even. I was like broke even.
Yo, dude. I mean, bro, dude, if you spend hours of your life at a casino and you're even, that's a win.
It is, because it's so much fun. It's a lot of thrill. It's a lot of adrenaline. Like, it's super fun.
Yeah. Like, you earned the adrenaline. That was the reward.
And like,
and you didn't lose any money in the process.
And
you
like,
got free thrill.
Yeah, and like we're joking about this, but it's a real thing. Like,
I know,
if
dude.
I break even, I consider myself a winner because
Yeah.
like I had all this fun and I didn't spend any money.
Yeah, like when we do like poker night and I go all in, or like make a big bet, that shit is fucking exhilarating.
Yeah.
I love that feeling. You're just waiting.
And if you
Oh,
win,
what's
you feel
gonna
like
happen?
the king.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Or sometimes you fucking
See,
put it all on black.
For some people it's cocaine. For me, it's gambling. Like, that's why I don't gamble often. Because like, if I gambled a lot, I will get into a habit. And a gambling habit is not something anybody wants.
Bro, dude, you remember the what were you doing? Not DraftKings in the.
Oh, I was doing every
Dude,
single
you were
app, every
hard.
single
You
one
were
of them.
like every sports betting app.
I still came in positive though at the end of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you
So,
made
like,
money. I
Barely
remember
because
that was an interesting phase, bro. You bet like one night and made money, and then all of a sudden you were like, "Yo, dude." So I think I have a new career.
no, but the thing is, this is why I'm not doing it anymore. Is because yes, I still came in profit, but barely. In the
Yep.
last like month of me doing it,
Yeah.
I lost consistently. But I made so much more money before that even in the last month of me consistently losing, I still in the overall made profit. But
Dude.
like literally the last month didn't win nothing. It
Uh-huh.
was so bad. And that's
Yeah.
why I don't do it anymore because I'm like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
you were just one bet away from making it big, dude.
Everybody,
You were just one bet away, dude.
everybody's one bet away from making it big. I'll be right back.
Bathroom break. Yeah, bathroom break. Says my stream is unstable. Average stream bitrate too high. I gotta figure out how to drop the bitrate. How do I do that? I don't know. What? Dude, I don't know where those things came from.
Dog, they look disgusting.
Yeah, I've been fucking...
You know what they look like? Baby двуххвостка.
I don't know what the fuck that is, dude.
Двуххвостка. How do you not know what the
Some
двуххвостка
stupid-
is?
Sounds like some stupid Russian shit.
Can you listen to me in Russian, cut?
Dude, I messed up the video.
Хорошо, слушай меня. Ты знаешь, что такое двуххвостка? Ладно, давай мне покажи картинку двуххвостки. А просто обычной двуххвостки.
ChatGPT knows Russian?
I said, can you listen to me in Russian? And it said, конечно. So I said something to it in Russian, and let's see if it gives me what I asked. It's loading. AI generated двуххвостка.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
It's taking forever. It's gonna take it a little bit.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I have the free version too.
Yeah, they give you the slow one.
I don't really create images on the AIs anymore.
Yeah, dude.
I did when I was editing pictures. I thought that was super fun, but I stopped like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't really do that anymore.
Dude. It says our stream is unstable because the bit rate's too high. But I don't know how to drop the bit rate. Check my stream settings.
Patches.
Not there.
Why? Why are you doing?
Oh, here we go. Need to drop. Yeah, dude, it was at 10 megabit, which is way too high for people. I'm gonna put it at like 6. 6 is pretty good.
Down. Patches down.
Patches, chill out, man.
boy.
There we go. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. I don't know if that'll fix it, but maybe. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking about AI though. I like AI a lot. I'm a big fan of AI right now.
Well, I'm not a big fan of AI right now.
Hater.
Well, I am a hater because of Nvidia.
Because of Nvidia.
Yeah, Nvidia is literally ruining games.
What does that have to do with AI, bro?
Because of AI. Because they're deciding to focus on AI instead of actually focusing on hardware technology. And I mean, I guess they are focusing on hardware technology, but the hardware technology that they're focusing on are really powerful AI chips that they're putting into their video cards. Which are cool if you're doing AI shit, and if you're mining, cryptocurrency, that's very cool for you. But if you're gaming, well, fuck you if you like Nvidia,
Yeah, true.
Like, for example, how come a card that is like half the price of an Nvidia card from AMD Radeon, right? Without any AI boosting, performs as almost as well, or as well, in some cases better than the AI boosted performance on an Nvidia card in the current technology for half the price in some cases. And that is ridiculous. That is absolutely bonkers.
Because they're trying to win?
And you know what AI does to games? When you use AI anti-aliasing, what it tries to do is it generates frames, and it just, when your hardware only generates one frame, and it tries to fill in the gap with AI, it's gonna guess what the other frames are supposed to be. So in last generation, I had like DLSS 3, right? And that was all great and good, but I fucking hate it because it makes my games look blurry. It's blurry as shit, and it's actually like off-putting, and it sometimes in some games literally makes my head hurt because there'd be parts of the screen where the game thinks the player isn't looking, so it's just gonna make them extra blurry, and it's just so jarring. You're playing a game and then a quarter of the screen just gets like super blurry for no fucking reason. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Like, that never happens to me.
In some games it's that bad.
Damn. Yeah, that never happens to me.
It depends on the game, and it depends on your setting. It depends on like everybody's setup, it's different.
Yeah.
But if you want to see the bad side effects, you can easily set it up to where it'll be easily noticeable for you.
I always like when I play now, I go and I turn off all that AI shit, like if it's in the game.
Yeah, well, that's why you never see it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you told me that it was bad, and then I also read online that it's bad, so I was like, man, I'll just turn this crap off. Like, I don't need it.
And that's
I don't feel like I need it.
What I was just describing is the worst case scenario of what it does.
Yeah.
But it does a smaller version of that in every single game when it's on, because that's literally its function. That's what it does. That's what it's intended to do. It's supposed to blur out shit that you're not supposed to be looking at like that and fill in with what it thinks is supposed to be there. And it just doesn't work out that great, Whereas Radeon, this generation around, compared to the NVIDIA 50 series, decided to focus on hardware, and their hardware is performing fucking mwah. The only problem is AMD doesn't really care for top end, because they were like, yeah, basically everybody owns a video card that costs like $750 or less or some shit like that, or like $800 or less.
Yeah, that's where the market's at.
It's like the vast majority of people, with some stupid number like 85% or something like that. Or 80%. I sent it to you before.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people also, when they're gaming, like, they just don't... I don't think they care that hard. Yep. Like, I don't think they care that hard that they feel like they need top end.
But it sucks for the enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Like me.
Mm-hmm.
Because now...
There's
no competitor to the shitty manufacturer.
Dude, that's like a fucking shitty side effect of... like corporatization. It's like everyone, these businesses start, and their whole goal is like, oh, I just want to make as much money as possible. Like, dude, well, what the fuck? Why is value only determined by money? Is there no intrinsic value in like serving a niche market, some cool shit, right? And it seems like you have more of that when there's less big business, more small business. You know what I mean? Like small people who like they're part of what they get out of it, part of their compensation is just doing some shit that they love, not just fucking making as much of some dumbass number. Oh, the U.S. dollar, bro. Fuck the U.S. dollar, dude.
Yeah, and there
I
seems
want
to
to
be
like
a
have
big
cool
cycle.
shit.
There seems to be a big financial cycle to where people buy all that cool shit from big companies, right, for the most part, and then the smaller companies specialize in the more niche aspect of that cool shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're describing. But then there's always a loop where the big companies get so much of the customer base that they
Yeah.
get greedy with it and they start doing some jack shit. They release a new model that has like half the reliability of whatever hardware it is, that has like half the lifespan or whatever for more the
Yeah.
price, right? And then everybody in mass just starts looking for alternatives. And then those third parties all of a sudden are making big bank, which then all these other people that aren't in the private industry for that market see, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh wow, we should do that too. And then they try to copy these guys who have been doing it as a passion project up until this point. They try to copy them and break into the market, and they end up flooding the market with copycat companies. So all these people now are flooded with third market crap instead of the one or two quality companies that used to be there. And then they go back to the big companies because the big companies now lost all their marketplace and they're like, all right, we got to make it a little more reliable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like a big cycle. It just keeps going over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's unfortunate.
Which is why I've decided that I just need to find something I'm passionate about and just stick to it. And eventually money will come because whatever point in the cycle I am whenever I open it, there will be a point when people are looking for this specific thing in that specific moment.
True.
And that'll be my chance to be established because I've already been doing it for years before I got to that point.
Yeah. I think too, like, dude, if you just find something you like enjoy doing, you feel passion for it, and it's like, if it's somewhat like just satisfying to you in itself and doing it, that gives you more opportunity to find that day when you reach other people who are like, oh damn, this is cool as fucked, and they like, you know, they get interested in it too for however long the period of time is that you'll have that success. But it'll be cool because like you're just gonna keep doing it until it happens because what you like, you just like doing that thing, so you just try to do it. Yeah.
You know how I'm obsessed with like detail, and I have a programming background, I have a hacking background, I do cybersecurity type shit. Like,
Yeah.
one apprenticeship that I've been looking at recently is an electronics manufacturing apprenticeship.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
And it's literally like these small businesses that manufacture like custom controllers or like these custom like electronic parts for like these big companies like that have like custom machines, like one-off machines.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
they're like, hey, can you make us this, and this?
Yeah.
That it does this and this. And then I'm trying to find an actual apprenticeship that'll like teach me on the job type deal. That'll be really cool.
Bro. Yeah, Fruit is probably on Fruit time. Fruit was going on a date.
What
looks like the boys want to pull up.
What date?
Like with a girl. Fruit went on a date with a girl. That's what he told me earlier. Says, yo, Dippy wants to know if they can pull up with Andrew and Rushi. That's probably Tyler. Dippy's probably Tyler.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
They could pull up.
Yo, Dippy, pull up, bro. Pull up. Dude, we should get a soundboard.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do soundboard sounds.
I've been getting back into music recently.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm gonna get,
Dude.
I'm not gonna get more equipment than what I already have,
Uh-huh.
but I am gonna get one thing, and it's gonna be. Do you remember in high school I had a keyboard that had like a bunch of switches and a little drum pad on it? When I was making music in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw it. You might have not seen it.
I mean,
We didn't hang
I
out
know
that
what you're
much in high
talking
school.
about, though. I have one.
Yeah, so I've sold it to Dallas. Dallas actually has it now.
Yeah.
But that keyboard, I want to get it one exactly like that. An exact like replica of that one. I want to get that. And because it has everything you need. And it's only like $100 brand new. I can get
Yeah.
a used one for half the price. Like,
Yeah. Dude, I have, I mean, bro, I can show you the one that I have. It's super simple. It has a keyboard on it, and then it has, like, 6 pads.
I mean, are you not using
You
it or
can hit.
something?
I haven't, I mean, I'm probably going to start using it again soon, though, because I also want to get back into doing some music
I don't want to
stuff.
fucking
But, bro,
see
we
it.
can share it. we can just share it. Like, bro, if you want to use it, you literally live 1 minute from me. As we just discovered, you turn out of the neighborhood and go left for
I've been
1
trying to
minute,
tell
and
you-
then
I've
there
been
you
trying
are.
to tell you that.
Yeah, bro, you could definitely use it. We could just share it.
Like, the amount of time it took us to get to the gas station is the amount of time it would take us to get to like my neighborhood. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have walked.
Yeah.
We could walk to each other. Dude, we should do it, though. We should definitely get back into doing that. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed doing that in high school, college. Ethan wants to do it. Ethan apparently wants me to teach him how to make beats. And I was like, well, I can show you the software and all that, yeah.
Does Ethan want to produce for me? I'll teach him how to use
Ethan,
Reaper.
I don't think Ethan wants to be the producer, dude. Ethan wants to be the rapper. Ethan wants to be the rapper. Yo, Ethan's got bars, too. I'm not gonna lie, Ethan's got bars. Dude,
Fuck yeah.
we should have Ethan as a guest on one of the podcasts one time
Fuck yeah.
in the future, dude.
Hell
Ethan
yeah.
will be a good guest. Ethan's a cool dude. Ethan is a cool ass dude.
We can make a rap intro with him.
Yeah.
You know,
facts,
we
dude.
like play it in the intro.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Could be a clean episode. PG.
One thing that I don't know. I wanna keep working on this, low key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is fun, dude. We should definitely keep doing this. We got some guests. We do guests sometimes. You know? You can get one of the crackheads from the clinic.
I am gonna invest and like get a green screen.
Yeah. Dude, because we have a dude, look, okay, you see the image?
Yeah.
We could put a green screen right behind us.
Yeah.
And then we could just have, like, you know,
But I don't really.
I don't know,
Is it just me?
stuff going on in the background.
Tell me if it's just me, but like I don't want to stream on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, we could find different.
I want to sit at a table.
You're trying to go, like, Lex Friedman style.
No, like any podcast style.
At a table.
Yeah. Nobody just sits on a couch.
Yeah. Well, Matt and Shane sit on the couch.
Okay, they sit on the couch.
Yeah, we could do a table. We could do a table. We should probably figure out how to set up the GoPro as our camera, because you can put that on we could put it on a tripod, a big tall one, and it could sit there and it would get the whole view. So then it could be you, me, and like we have like a third person on camera also.
Yeah, putting a table on would also help out because we can have like props.
True. Yeah. Vladimir.
Or not just like, I'm not talking about like decorations, like shit we're gonna talk about on stream. Oh cool, it's right here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Whoops. That would be dope. I would fuck with that.
Like it's not even like something we gotta search for or get up for or like interrupt anything. Like it's right there.
Yeah. Alright, I want to figure out how I can fix the stream being unstable.
Yeah.
Alright, dude. We're coming up on 1.5 hours and 50 seconds.
Oh yeah, do хвостка.
A cockroach, bro. That's what you wanted ChatGPT to generate an
That
image
is
of,
not
a cockroach.
that is not a cockroach. That is a
That's an
хвостка.
earworm. Or a earwig or whatever. Those fucking things that crawl inside your ear and eat your brain.
Dog. It's a двуххвостка.
It's an earwig.
It's a
Bro,
двуххвостка.
that's an ear. When I was a kid, we called those earwigs.
I'm about to get racist.
Bro. All right, dude. Should we keep going or should we kill it at 1.5 hours?
We can keep going until they get here if you want.
Yeah, we could keep going, or we could kill it and then work on some like background infrastructure stuff, like getting the video downloaded and like transferred. Planning, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
What do you want to do? I still have. I can shoot the shit for like hours, dude. I work at a mental clinic.
All right, what's going down at the mental clinic?
No, I didn't say I have shit to talk about the mental clinic. I said I work at one.
Yeah,
I can shoot the shit for hours.
What's going down at the mental clinic, bro?
Well, what's going down at the mental clinic? A guy came in and he said he was like, I think I might have like gonorrhea or like chlamydia or like some shit like that. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Here, let me get you some swabs, bro. I got you. So I walk out, I grab some swabs, I come back and I give them to him. And then he says, okay, cool. I was like, cool. Okay, so it sounds like you've done this before. He was like, nah, but I got it. I was like, all right. So I walk out of the room, and then I come back, and then the swab is like dark brown. And I'm like,
ew. What did he swab?
And I'm like, oh my god, like your file doesn't say you're a smoker. Are you a smoker or something? Like why is your throat like covered in that? And then he was like, oh, that was from my throat. And I was like,
oh,
I'm gonna put that down right quick,
bro. Nasty.
I'm gonna
dude.
go get you another one.
That's fucking gross, dude.
I'm gonna let you throw that in the trash. I didn't even.
Bro.
I literally put that down where I was standing. I was like, I'm gonna let you throw that in the trash.
Dude, have you ever seen Idiocracy?
No.
Dude, there's this awesome movie called Idiocracy about a dude who gets frozen and he wakes up in the future. But in the future, all of like the most fucking stupid people in society have like mass procreated and they out reproduced all the intelligent people. So now everybody is fucking stupid, right? The whole world is a bunch of dumbasses. And like one of the first scenes is he goes into the hospital and there's an he's got to like get checked at the hospital and they have a mouth probe and they have an ass probe. And the person's handing it to him. He's like, all right, this one goes in your mouth. This one goes in your ass. And then the guy goes, oh, wait. Actually, not. Yeah, this one goes in your mouth and this one goes in your ass. And then the next scene, he's like throwing up in a water fountain.
Yeah,
bro.
no, the same vibes, yeah.
I love, dude, that's such a good movie, bro. I think it's going to come true. I think Idiocracy is a prophecy. I think it was a prophecy.
But
dude.
it's going to be as a product of how overcomplex the world becomes, I think.
Dude, I think low-key, like, I think that...
Because whereas people with 1 IQ were able to handle the stresses of everyday world, but up to a 2 IQ, when they were at a 2 IQ, they were not. Now, people aren't able to handle it at 1 IQ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people break sooner now.
Yeah, they give up quicker.
Remember how I was talking about the psychopathy? Like, some people are just born with a weaker mind and they can fall to psychopathy easier depending on their surroundings and environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's easier for someone to be victim of that versus
Yo, the boys are here.
before.
The boys pulled up, dude.
I guess we're cutting it.
Yeah, we might need to cut it before it gets X-rated.
Yeah, good episode.
Alright. Peace, people.